All right, brother, man. I believe that you're live on people on YouTube. They're going to be able to actually see you and your face, but people on Facebook, Instagram, and other places, they're not going to be able to see you, but I'll upload it later. But this is my student, Avi, from New York, right?
Yes, sir.
From New York. This gentleman has 2 full-time jobs, a college degree, all right? And he just got his first owner financing deal, which means that he doesn't have to go to a bank. He doesn't have to use his own credit. And also got it at a discount because when I looked it up online from the address, Zillow says the estimate is like 219 and some change. And right off the bat, without a hard negotiation, the seller's telling you 180, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. So tell us about yourself. What do you have your degree in, Avi?
Okay, first off, I just want to say hello to everybody on YouTube and the internet. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to speak to you. I have a degree in accounting. I basically went to college because I was always taught that was the normal thing to do. That's what you should do. And I thought that I had to go to college and get a good degree in a certain field in order to be successful. But as soon as I got out of college and when I met real life and started living real life, I realized that it takes a lot more than just a piece of paper to tell you what to do.
Very, very good, man. I learned the same thing because my parents wanted me to go to college. I knew that I want to be an entrepreneur. But the day I graduated, the next day I was an entrepreneur. I couldn't get a job. So now you have 2 professional jobs. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I work. I have a full-time job during the day, and I have a self-employed job that I do business for myself in the evenings.
Okay. So your full-time job, you work in the real estate industry. Is that right? From my recollection.
I work in a land surveying company.
Land surveying. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I basically go to different properties and I take measurements and observations on the properties depending on what type of job it needs to be done. So I have a lot of exposure to different real estate properties and so forth. So
you've been looking around at all these beautiful properties and you've seen people are making money and you said, man, you know what? I want a piece of this dream because I'm tired of this systematic stuff that they made me go do and sign up. And I did all that and I don't have where I want to be. Is that right?
Yes, sir. In my line of work, I have to deal with a lot of landlords, a lot of tenants, and everybody in between. So I kind of see where everybody is, and I just want to be, I just want to be in the mix. I see that it's very lucrative, especially for landlords, and I just want to be in the mix. I work 2 jobs, but I don't plan on doing this for the rest of my life. I want to, like you said, have no days off. Just
all days off.
All days off. Yes, all days off.
All days off. I used to have the mindset of no days off, and I used to have all this stuff, and I wasn't happy and I had a cancer, and I let it all go. And the thing is, all days off, so I can get out with my family, do what I love. So all days off is what I'm trying to help you get. All days off. But some people want the no days off, and I'll help you with that too. Okay. Now, before you came and joined the Mastermind, the Abundance Club Mastermind, had you done any real estate deals before?
No, I'm completely new to the real estate. I'm around people, you could say, in the industry, but me personally, I've never done a deal in my life. Okay,
so you're new. And before you started, did I tell you that did we talk about it, or did we just go live instantly? Are we scripted, or are we just going live, just like natural?
All natural.
All natural.
Just shoot it from the hip.
Exactly, because that's the motivation people need, okay? For natural people instead of fake people. All right, so now you didn't have any experience in real estate, and now you got yourself a deal after 8 weeks of being my mastermind and also implementing my Flipping Wednesdays, which I give you as a gift, but other people don't have to pay for it. And how much money have you spent in marketing?
I spent $0.
$0, guys. Zero. Okay, he spent $0. Just basically 8 weeks, which is like 8 meetings that we had, and he was able to get an owner financing. Now, do you think to get an owner financing deal is a good thing? I mean, like, would you buy a deal that was owner financed, but you didn't have to go to a bank? You know, you got a $40,000 discount. You don't have to pay all those fees. Do you think that's a good deal?
Definitely, I think it's a lot better than going to the bank. The bank has you going through so many holes, jumping through all these different things, and I think that it's better dealing directly with the seller and working out a deal with them.
Absolutely. Now, do you think that when you first started, do you think that this was possible? Because when I first started in real estate, I didn't think I could buy a house, just take it over their payments, or do an owner financing. Did you think this was possible?
I didn't think it was possible for me, but I saw other people doing it, so that gave me the drive to get it done, because I seen that people done it. So that inspired me to get it done. So in that sense, I think it was possible. But originally, I didn't think it was possible for me because the lack of my knowledge and finances and so forth.
Man, you said it beautifully, man. I mean, you're a man of great words, okay? Or where I stuttered and stuff. You said it perfectly. See, because when I started in real estate, I had the same fear. I thought, you know what, this is not possible for me, but I see other people do it, but I'm willing just to tip my toe in there and take a risk. So many people I meet say, oh, this is not going to work. Okay, then it doesn't work. Or so I can't start a business with $100. Well, then it doesn't work. But the people that say, you know what, I don't think it's going to work, but let me just try it out because I don't want to miss out on life. And then they're willing to put the work into it, like yourself. You know, now you become a believer, right? Now, I mean, realistically, just getting an owner financing deal. Have you ever thought that thing is ever possible? Do you ever think so? Why would someone not? Because in this situation, the seller owns their home free and clear. They don't have a mortgage. They don't have a loan, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, did you ever thought that someone that owns the house free and clear is just going to let you just take over their payments or create a note for you so you can just start making them payments?
Never. I thought about it, and I thought that that's a fairy tale to think of something like that. When I told my friends and family what I was trying to do, they looked at me like I was crazy. They were like, "Who's going to do that? Who's going to even entertain you? Who's going to sit on the phone and even entertain you?" But using your system, I was able to find the right people.
So now the system that I use is two things. One is called the Flipping Wednesdays. The Flipping Wednesdays is where I show you how to find deals in your own backyard for free. And Obvious has been implementing these exact system. Have you been just copying and pasting and doing exactly what it is? It a complex system or easy system? Obvious.
It's very simple, very straightforward. You don't need a lot of education. Just have to know how to copy and paste, and that's it.
It's a very system, but what's required is that you just take action every day. Like how many sellers do you contact a day to get this kind of results? Because you have a full-time job, 2 jobs, okay? How many people do you message?
I average about 25 to 30 people a day. Every time that I have like some time to myself, I try to get like 5 people, and that's how I attack it.
That's exactly the way you should attack it, man. And I'm glad you're doing it the way it is. Okay. Now, many people say, look, man, I have a full-time job. I can't do it. Well, man, Avi has 2 jobs. So by any minute that you get, it's like one of those minutes that you get. Do you have like specific times in a day, like, you know, at lunchtime, like Victor did, or is it when you're driving? Is it when do you fit this time into it?
Okay. Sometimes in the morning, I have a little bit of extra time before I head out. I shoot some messages when I get into the office. Before we head out, I shoot some messages when I'm on the field. I usually take a break. Sometimes the weather here is cold or whatever. We get to sit in the car for like a couple minutes. I shoot some messages. I take my lunch break. I sit in the car, the vehicle. Shoot some messages. When I come home, I shoot some messages, and then in between. So beautiful.
So basically, what you're saying is, instead of just wasting the little life away, instead of waiting in your car, waiting for your client to come in, or for waiting for the cold to go away, or whatever the situation is, you're maximizing that. Instead of just wasting and watching TV or getting on Facebook when you're in your car, when you get off home, you're maximizing to change your life, right? And
yep.
Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like to me. And then the system allows you to do that without risking any money. For Christ's sake, guys, please listen to what I just said. It allows you to do that without risking any money. I don't know anyone else out there teaching this kind of stuff. I teach you where you don't spend any money and you don't go to the banks. Everyone else says refinance your house, get into debt, put it on your credit cards. And I'm saying don't do that because you want freedom. You want all days off versus every day working. Does that make sense? Now, were you amazed, like when you found the house, the guy's like, hey, the house Zillow value says $219,000, and the guy's like $180 and $5,000 down. Were you like, hey, right? What did you think when the guy said that?
I was shocked at first because I didn't think it was possible. I thought that I would need a higher down payment to give to him, but it was a little back and forth negotiation. But he's using your system. I was able to figure out where to negotiate and how to negotiate. So that helped me out a lot. But when he definitely came back with the counter offer, I was very surprised.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning phase of negotiation, because we're going to talk to you afterwards to help you get the deal better. But this is just like your level one, you going at it, and then I'm going to talk to you like if you had $25,000 coaching, which you don't, but you're a winner, and I want to help you guys out. So this is the thing. Like Avi, he joined my mastermind, and then he got the Flipping Wednesdays training is free because he's a go-getter. Okay, so that's the importance of working with me, because if I believe that you're going to be successful and you have the hunger, you have the right thing, I'll work with you because I want you to become successful. I mean, who wouldn't, to change someone's life? It's like a gift from the above. So I'm very proud of you, dude, for doing all this hard work, man, because even though you didn't have, did you have to drive for dollars, do any bandit signs, do any like postcards, do any Facebook ads?
Nope, just free marketing, just my time.
Okay.
That's all it costs me, time.
And here's the thing. This guy doesn't even have a website. He doesn't even have a logo. He doesn't even have a business, right? All he's doing is using the Flipping Wednesdays and his cell phone. Guys, isn't that right? You don't have no shirts. You don't, you don't even have the basic stuff for start a business, but you have another deal online too that, let's talk about that potentially has about $100,000 worth of equity. The seller's very motivated. They're sick. They want to move closer to their daughter. And, you did make a mistake because, you dropped the ball and kind of delayed the process, but I'm having faith that seller's going to come back. So in this business, guys, the thing is that when you work with someone, if you don't listen, you're going to make mistakes, which means you're not going to get the deal. And if you don't work with someone, you don't even know what the mistakes they were. Does that make sense? And now Avi realizes that, hey, when he's talking to someone on the phone and they have $100,000 in equity or $50,000 in equity, he should not. Should you sit there and give him offers over the phone, Avi?
No, you go over there.
You go over there, dude. If you're going to make $100K or $60K, so you got to think about it like this. At your current job, I'm talking to my audience, how long do you have to work for that year to make that kind of money? So when that opportunity comes, are you going to try to do it over the phone when you're new? Absolutely not. But if they're not motivated, then you'll do that, right? And that's what I've been telling you. Like you've been putting a lot of offers in. How many houses have you gone seen?
None.
Okay, dude, that's the other crazy thing, guys. He's seen 0 homes. He's gone to 0 homes, right? So he hasn't spent any money in marketing. He hasn't driven to look at any homes. And he has one big deal potentially that's $100K that I believe that's going to hatch if he keeps doing the follow-up that I taught him. And then he has another deal that's ready to go. The guy's like, I'm willing to do under financing with no money in marketing and $40,000 below what Zillow price says, dude. Okay. And now, this guy's house, is it beat up?
No, it's a nice house. It's fully renovated inside.
So
you could tell you put out some work in there.
So this guy is selling you a beautiful home, right? That's
yep.
Right. And now here's a great thing too. This guy not only has one house, there's another house too, right?
Yeah, his brother has a similar situation and is willing to talk to me. So
there you go. Because if you do this deal correctly, then guess what? His brother is probably going to be like, hey, let me follow what my brother did. And that's the great thing with, these strategies is because they're exponential. Avi just used some free marketing that I taught him how to do without a website, without a business name, without any of this stuff. Just a cell phone. He has 2 jobs. He has a college degree. He works a professional job. and he's just found an owner financing deal. He hasn't drive to see any of these homes. This home that he's found is a pretty home. The seller's already done renovation to it, and he's willing to owner finance it. On top of that, the seller has a brother in the same area that has the same motivation. What is their motivation, Avi?
So the family, his whole entire family wants to move south to another state. So they have an urgency because they have relatives down there that they want to be with. They have an urgency to move down there, so they're highly motivated to leave.
There you go, guys. And now the guy is basically, again, no website, no money in setting up businesses, infrastructure, just a cell phone, full-time job, and hunger, and flipping Wednesdays, which is now $919, and then my mastermind, which is $197 a month, guys. Okay, he put these two together, and that's it, dude. Right? And my terminator offer letter. Okay, and he did that, and my Ninja phone script. So those 4 items, he's out there now, about to close his deal. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Now, did you share that with your family that some sellers said, hey, they're willing to do this?
Not yet. I want to get the deal in the bag first before I even start, like, I'm definitely confident in it. I have a good feeling that I'll be able to follow through with this guy. Make it done.
Man, and the thing I wanted to explain to you is that if this deal goes through, if this deal doesn't go through, it sounds like the guy says he's ready to do it. But what I want to do is go ahead and beat him up a little bit more and get the numbers more in our favor. Does that make sense? Because and I'll talk to you later about that to even get it better. But I know right now, if you guys are interested in buying a house in New York, what city, or don't give the address, but what city in New York is it? Where is it? Because I've never been to New York.
Well, I reside in Queens, New York, and the property is in New Jersey, but it's basically like a 50-minute ride from here.
Okay, so if anyone's interested in a New Jersey property, my man's about to get it in a few minutes, right? After I got off the phone with him, and he has to give the seller $5,000 down. I'm sure he wants to make, $5,000. If anybody's interested in putting $10,000 down, buying a house, $40,000 in equity, then you guys leave a comment and message me. And once Avi gets this deal in the contract, which should be after this call, this one-on-one coaching call, then message, man, because I don't know if you guys are interested in a property where you're getting $40,000 below. The house is in perfect shape. I haven't seen it, but from the pictures, and sellers willing to do owner financing. And then there's another one just like it, just a couple of minutes down the street or down the block.
Yeah, it's relatively close. It's the next, you would say, neighborhood or something like that. Very, very close.
Next neighborhood over, guys. And you're not gonna need a credit. You're not gonna need a bank. All you're gonna need is Avi's money, which is 10 grand down, and the remaining will tell you once we have more update on the deal. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. If you guys are interested in finding these deals for yourself, right? So you don't have to pay guys like Avi, then this is the place. If you're looking to do fix and flips, wholesale, owner financing, being a landlord, why go to the bank? I show you how to find these motivated sellers, okay, and help you get the deals without a bank, without credit. Yes, it will take sweat equity. Now, Avi said he's giving 25 offers a day or messages a day. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to put some sweat equity. Now, one way to eliminate the sweat equity is what I told you, Avi, is that imagine getting a VA to work for you for 75 cents an hour. And while you're at your job, let's say you're making $20 or $100 or $1,000, whatever it is that you're making, you don't have to let us know. But you get just this much of a way to a VA, and that virtual assistant is now messaging all these sellers to my Flipping Wednesday technique that people can get it for $919 while you're at work. So now instead of those minutes that you use to message the sellers, in those times when it's cold, you get into the car and you just monitor your VAs. So, okay, thanks for these 3 numbers. And then you call the seller. Only the cream. You only talk to the cream, not all the people that tell you to F yourself or they're not interested. Does that make sense? See, and so you're still gonna have the same limited amount of time because you have a full-time job. But now you're using this limited amount of time to do the shovel digging, right? And then you're taking it into the mind to process it. Now, what I'm telling you is that you're almost there. You need to get a VA, let them do the shovel digging, and then they bring it to the mind, and you only process the potential goal, right? So in that time that you were sitting in the car messaging the sellers, now you're only talking to sellers in that time because your people are doing it for you. Does that make sense? For 75 cents an hour, they work a whole week for you. We're talking about $30 a week, $30 a week, dude. You know? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now, if anybody has any questions about, you know, what he's done, how do you feel about this, man? I mean, I want to tell you that I'm very proud of you, dude. It works. You're the one that took action. There's a lot of people in the mastermind that, you know, for some reason they didn't want to do it themselves. They, you know, psychological barriers, but you took action. You didn't know what to do. You were scared, and now you're almost at the finish line, dude. How do you feel about that, man?
I feel pretty good. In general, I'm the type of person that always tries to is like go get it. You know what I'm saying? So when I first joined your group, I the main thing you always said was take action, take action. So that was already ingrained in my mind from the start. And I just told myself, you know what, just do exactly what he says and just hit it hard. And I actually mentally, this might sound a little weird, but mentally I told myself, try to make mistakes. Try to make mistakes because I don't have a lot of money in it, so I can afford to make certain mistakes. So when I would speak to people or do certain things, I wasn't too hung up on, you know, saying something wrong or doing something like that because, you know, I looked at it as just keep talking to people and it will come to me eventually.
Yes, and also since you're in my mastermind, when you make mistakes, you come back and we can help you fix those mistakes. Right? Like we identify like, hey, $100,000 deal, go there. Don't give, especially that if you're a pro, right? Then it's okay, right? But if you're not, you're just starting out, you never done it until that's a lot of meat. You got to do that, right? So mistakes are very good, but you're analyzing those mistakes and learning from them, which is amazing, dude, which is very, very good. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Yes. When he started not knowing what a motivated seller was. Now that he's done that every day now, and he's, you know, got 2 potential deals, does he feel more comfortable knowing that qualifying those leads?
Okay, so she says that when you first started, you didn't know what a motivated seller was, right?
No, I didn't know what a motivated seller was.
Okay, and it took you a while to learn what a motivated seller is. Now, do you think you know what a motivated seller is now? Can you recognize them?
Yes, I have a better grasp of what a motivated seller is. By attending your meetings and going through your system, I'm able to identify them.
Yes, and now are you more scared or less scared to talk to these people?
I'm less scared. I was never really scared to begin with, but I'm less scared now. I'm not 100% because I sometimes still get nervous. I think everybody gets nervous, but it's just something you got to overcome. But I'm definitely less scared, if you would say, now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because the key is to identify motivated sellers. So, guys, the most amazing thing with Avi is that, again, he's new. He has 2 jobs. He hasn't spent $1 in marketing. He doesn't even have a website, a logo, a shirt. He doesn't even have any of this stuff, but he's about to have a deal. I know so many people that teach that spend thousands of dollars, set up your infrastructure. At the end of the day, the people don't even do a deal, dude. Where I like to go ahead and have him make money, use house money, and then reinvest it. What are you going to do with this deal once you get it, Avi?
My strategy is to rent it.
You got to keep it for yourself? Are you going to keep it for yourself, Avi?
My plan is to keep it for myself. My first exit strategy is to rent it out. If not, I can keep it for myself because of the way that we structure the deal. The payments will be affordable for me. I could always stay there.
Gotcha. So, in this deal right now, do you pay less in rent than the deal that you got now?
Actually, I pay more in rent than the deal.
So guys, listen to this. He's renting because he lives in New York. It's freaking expensive. I've never been there, but that's what he tells me, dude. And the properties around me, they're very expensive versus like Las Vegas or Colorado or something. And then so what he's renting, he's paying so much money there. And then this house that he just found that he doesn't have to go to a bank, doesn't have to go to a credit, and it's already fixed up. The payments on that thing is a lot lower than his rent that he's renting. So he's thinking about getting it himself or just renting it out, guys. So never mind, he's not willing to wholesale to you guys. Smart move, dude. Because wholesaling, I don't like it unless you need the money, because you quickly make $5 grand, 10 grand, 25 grand, 100 grand, and you move on, right? Where the rental, you get the monthly cash flow, you get the appreciation, the depreciation for taxes, etc. So it's not a bad deal. And if you could keep it for your own home, and and you decrease your costs, that's like a really, really good deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
Cool, man. Do you have anything else to say to people before we get out of here?
I like to say that, when you come into this program, don't feel that you need to know have a lot of knowledge about real estate, or need to be a broker or anything like that, or have a lot of money, because the system definitely gives you a way that you can, with your mind, be creative, and you can use a little bit of your money, and you don't need a lot of knowledge. You just need to work hard. I'm not gonna lie, to come into this program, you have to work. It's not like you just sit back and then it'll happen for you. Mike gives you basically the fishing rod, and you gotta go fish. So, if you wanna consider doing this program, you just gotta mentally know that you have to be a go-getter. And sometimes you just gotta take action without really knowing the outcome, and just, throw the dice and see where it goes.
I love what you say. You got to take action without knowing the outcome. And this is one of the main reasons that I don't sell at Mr. No Fluff. No one sold Avi. Avi came to our website funnel, and he just checked out himself, okay? And the reason I do that for my students is that I want to make sure they're able to leap. I want to make sure they're able to take action without knowing the outcome. Because if you can't do that, you just got to get a job, because entrepreneurship, investing, cryptos, real estate, anything, business is risky. You got to take action where you don't know the outcome. And Avi just nailed it on the top, dude, for you guys. And that's why he's doing deals. He already understands all this stuff, dude. Well, Avi, thank you so much for coming here. Let's get on the phone. I'll message you right after this when I hang up, and then we'll talk about your deals and get it wrapped up for you, man.
Cool.
Hey, have all your paperwork ready for me so when I give you a call, okay?
Okay. All right.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
Cool.